Oh, the hat is so crooked. Welcome back to Mac Music Review. Before we hop into the review, just want to say there's going to be some stuff down in the description. This is an awkward camera angle. Well, this is awkward. There's going to be some stuff down in the description if you're interested in how the channel works and all that good stuff. Yeah, that's all. Today we will be looking at the album 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars. This album absolutely owned the Grammys. I think it was the Grammys that took place in 2017. No, the Grammys took place in 2008. It was the 2018 Grammys for music that came out in 2017. And this thing won. It was nominated in all of the awards it possibly could have been nominated for. It was Best Song, Best Record, and Best Album. It won Best Song for, I don't know, 24 Karat Magic. That's what I like. Won Best Song and Best Record. I don't know if in that order. That might be wrong. And then 24 Karat Magic won Album of the Year. It just absolutely swept the Grammys. Took home every award it was nominated for, basically. Not only did this album earn Bruno Mars tons of big awards, it won him a lot of money. It got him a lot of money. This album has a total of 4 radio hits. 4. I've heard the song Versace on the Floor is played on R&B radio, was a hit on R&B radio. Finesse was a small hit on pop radio, and then 24 Karat Magic, and That's What I Like, absolutely dominated pop radio. Still popular songs to this day to put on pop radio stations. These songs are huge, super duper popular, very successful songs. This album only has 9 songs. It's a weird thing, but he decided to keep it brief to try not overstay his welcome. Just 9 songs, and it's starting to rain. Oh no, we're probably gonna have to continue the rest of this video in the car. Before it starts pouring, let's talk about the music and the lyrics. The music on this thing is pretty diverse, as it has music that is polar opposites of the other music. So, some of these songs are extremely upbeat, extremely crazy upbeat music, insanely energetic. And other songs are very slow and are actually R&B songs. So the very upbeat songs are the first songs on this album. 24 Karat Magic, Chunky, Perm, and Finesse are all very upbeat, very crazy songs. And then you have some R&B songs on here, like Versace on the Floor, Calling All My Lovelies, or Straight Up and Down. And then the last song is also like really slow, but it's sort of an R&B song, but not really. It's still a slow song, though. Something I noticed about the music on this album is it's reminiscent of older music. Older music by, let's say, like Michael Jackson or Prince. Or he definitely has inspiration. There's kind of a 80s, maybe 90s vibe on this thing for 90s pop and not really rock, but like you can kind of feel like he's drawing inspiration from other decades before. And you know, the music from the 80s and 90s is pretty popular today, so it makes sense that Bruno Mars would take heavy inspiration from these time periods. I cannot talk about this album without talking about the vocals and the singing and Bruno Mars' performance on this record. Bruno Mars absolutely gives this thing his 100%. He's never sounded, except for the song Uptown Funk, he basically sounds like he took all that energy and conviction that he had on the song Uptown Funk that made him so popular, that made that song so popular, and translated it into this album, especially on the more upbeat songs on this album, like 24 Karat Magic, or Chunky, or Perm, or Finesse. Those songs, Bruno Mars just goes crazy. He sings his heart out, he gets all of his energy, puts all of his heart into his lyrics and to his music and his performance. Even on the slower songs, Bruno Mars really has a lot of character and personality and really presents and really puts a lot of himself into his music with his dedicated performance. The lyrics on this album are 100% entirely like something that you would hear on rap lyrics, except without the political commentary and without the occasional glimpse of something good. Because occasionally in rap music you get some sort of positive message. That's this music is rap music without any of the possible good things about it. And meaning the lyrics are all about money and girls and sex and And that's literally the entire album. There's no redeeming messages or anything like an album. It's just about having fun and kissing girls. That's a way of saying it. Now, what do I think of this album? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it a little bit of both? Let's talk about that. First things first, and the most important thing about music is the music. Well, the music on this thing is honestly amazing. Bruno Mars, absolutely, and the vocals especially, that's a huge thing of what makes this album sound so good. Bruno Mars absolutely gives it his all. He's super entertaining on this album, extremely fun, extremely out there, just really gives it his 100%, and just sounds like he loves what he's doing and just really cares about what he's doing, and it totally translates, and he just has a fun time, and it's so fun to hear him, like, to hear how his performance and his charisma on this album makes the music stand out even more. The music on this thing, of course, it has that kind of nostalgia vibe to it, and it's insanely fun. It's insanely enjoyable on like most of these songs. The R&B songs, the really slow ones, of course, are not as enjoyable as the really upbeat, crazy ones like 24 Karat Magic or Finesse, another really fun song. But the music is just super, super enjoyable and fun if you're looking for a good time. It's really fun. Good music. As far as the lyrics are concerned, on the other hand, I have absolutely like nothing positive to say about this album. The lyrical content is extremely shallow, with not even like a glimpse of anything good to be heard on this album. And it's more than shallow. I think a lot of this is, the lyrics are downright offensive to women. Extremely offensive to women, I would say. And I know that, I don't know. It's, Bruno Mars finds a way to be offensive to women, not like the way a lot of rappers do. Rappers excessively use the B word and stuff like that to make women inferior to them and stuff like that. Bruno Mars makes women inferior by completely stripping them of any of their characters or qualities or personalities, and 100% just focuses on physical appearance and anatomy. That is all Bruno Mars is concerned about. He doesn't care at all about character or personality, at least according to the lyrics on this album. All he cares about is, are you beautiful? Are you pretty? Are you... bleh. That's absolutely no redeeming qualities. The lyrics objectify women as objects for men on nearly every song in this album, some much more significantly than others. The only exception is the last song, which I guess you could say which I guess if you could say is just kind of an innocent love song, I guess. I guess you could say that song was good. It's honestly not that bad in terms of lyrics. But everything else, honestly, some songs do it much worse than others, but the lyrics objectify women to a startling, bad degree on this album. That being said, I'm going to give this album a 3 out of 5. Music and vocals are really, really fun, super enjoyable, super committed. I think that Bruno Mars, and with his charisma and his attitude and his delivery and his music, his performances, music, is like this era's Michael Jackson. Unfortunately, unlike Michael Jackson, I don't think he really has super interesting topics in the lyrics or anything like Bruno Mars on this album. The difference would be his lyrics are not very good. Extremely shallow lyrics, even I would say offensive lyrics on this thing that I really have a problem with. It's, for me, this album is a 3 out of 5. Kendrick should have got the Grammy. He totally deserved it. That album, it had some, like, a lot of, like, a good bit of, like, not very good songs on it, but it also had some seriously really good stuff. I would have been happy if Jay-Z got the album. Jay-Z I've never really listened to Jay-Z. That's literally the first album I've ever listened to by Jay-Z is 444, and it honestly had some really good songs on there. They were much better albums. Then again, I mean, it beat the Lord album, and I didn't care for the Lord album. It also beat Redbone. I didn't care for Redbone. So in a way, it's a 3 out of 5. It's okay. Thank you, person watching this video, for watching this video. You're like the only one, but I appreciate it. Thank you very much.